Yes, everything is working. That's a good thing. Good night, almost. Yeah, it's 11:30 over here, so it's a little bit later than I usually stream. I had some, well, scheduling issues. Apparently, there was a member meeting of my baseball group, and oops, that was kind of important, so I had to go there. So I couldn't stream on my regular time. But now I'm here anyway. I need to shuffle these, by the way, because now they're in order of what they're worth, and they should be a little bit more randomized. So I hope this randomizes it enough, and we'll see how that goes. Um, Today I am streaming Argonauts second edition. You can also see box over there. It's a little bit tilted because, well, the stack that it's on is tilted. I still need to make some mechanism to hang the games up there, so you know what I'm playing. But yeah, you can also see the cover right there, right? So yeah, Argonauts second edition. When they were looking for people to do this one, because it's coming, I believe, to Kickstarter. I don't have the official link yet for either Kickstarter or GameFound, but they're doing a 10th anniversary version of this one. And when I saw it, I was looking at the artwork, and I'm like, I have to ask. Is this AI generated? And it's like, no, this was the same artwork that it was 10 years ago. I'm like, okay, I didn't say anything because we didn't have, well, technically I think the ability was there 10 years ago, but yeah, it wasn't as popular or as much put into the market. I think it didn't even come to market yet. Chat GPT, I think maybe the term existed, but that's about it. um, so yeah, I had to apologize because the artwork looks good. It looks good, but it's all handmade labor, and I really appreciate that. Um, so yeah, I love Greek mythology. So when they were looking for people, I was like, yeah, let's do this. So this game is mostly hand management with dice chucking, a lot of dice chucking. So a lot of luck is involved. You can do some mitigation depending on if you have the right stuff or not to do so. Um, yeah, so they sent me a copy of the second edition, and there will be a 10th anniversary version. I'm not sure how much that will differ from this second edition. I believe the artwork stays mostly the same. And I don't know if it's even going to be called third edition. So let's just go to the table, right? Should be fun little game. If you have any remarks or want to see how everything goes, just say, well, you should do that, you should do this. I will do a brief overview of the rules a little bit. I think it's more like a teach as you play kind of thing. But yeah, let's just go to the table. Hey, here we go. So this is, well, the eastern part of the Mediterranean. You also have the Black Sea over here, and we're gonna follow this track. So that's a given. Sometimes we have the option to skip a space, but mostly we'll just go spot to spot to spot, do the encounters there or whatever you encountered over there. And these are special encounters that come from here. Here's the dragon that gives us the golden fleece. You know, Jason, the golden fleece. It's a famous story. So, yeah. And our goal is to, well, get the golden fleece, take all the adventures that there are, and make sure we come back safe and sound, which means we have food left. No, not necessarily food left, but we at least we have crew left. Because if we hit a 0 spot for the crew, we end the game. And we need a ship. The ship needs to stay afloat as well. So if all these 4 tiles are flipped over, especially the 4th one, because 4th one says, hey, your ship has sunk. So yeah, there's also a way to just keep track of it with this token, but yeah, this looks way better, right? This looks way nicer. There are also some mini expansions that you can add into it, so you have a little bit more variety and maybe a little harder game. I didn't set it to easy, I set it to normal. I have beaten easy, have not beaten normal yet. So we're gonna see how that goes, okay? I'm gonna do my best. But the goal is to show off the game and let you give an idea. So you can play this up to 4 players, but in a solo play you basically control all 4 players. During an event you may choose a card. When you play a card, it will go to the exhausted pile. If there's already one on exhausted, it will go to resting. If something is already on resting, it goes back into your hand. And above those small banners means it's in your hand. Underneath means those players are exhausted or rested, or at least those cards. And you have 4 cards to choose from. Basically, unless they're here, then you have to get them back. So basically, at some point you have 2 in here and 2 over there. That's the basic gist of it. I'm gonna take my watch off before it starts annoying me, because I don't want that. If you have any questions, if you know a lot about Greek mythology, let me know. So everybody has 4, mostly men. There are some women, but mostly men. Somehow that was the case with, well, not all the Greek mythology. There were also women involved. See, we have Hera, we have Athena, we have Artemis, we have Aphrodite, we have Demeter, and we have Hestia. So half of the pantheon is basically female. Hi, Time Roller, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. So, first step. You spend 1 ration, 1 food. That's basically 1 food for the entire crew. So not per player, it's 1 food for the entire crew. Thank you, Dutch Anakin, for the subscription. 27 months in a row. And then we move our shop to the next spot, which is Lemnos. Lemnos is a port city, so I have them in order. Lemnos is 1. I did not review them yet completely. Because yeah, otherwise you can see what's coming, and you know, if you played it over and over and over, yeah, you know what's coming, except for these cards, because yeah, these are shuffled, you don't know. So if we check Lemnos, here we go, Lemnos. We can do 2 actions on Lemnos. Basically, draw a merchant card, is one of these cards, and buy something, which is yeah, could be useful. But yeah, we are very high on stock anyway. We still have food. We just spent 1 food. We could get other stuff, you don't know, just based on the merchant that you draw. I can exhaust a mystic. So your cards have a special power. So this one is a mystic, this is a warrior scout, a sailor, another warrior. We have over here, we have Jason. This is Jack of all trades, which is including a mystic. Another sailor, diplomat, mystic for that one. So one of the players have to exhaust a mystic. So basically put it in the exhausted area. And then I pay 1 gold. Luckily, I start with 5. And then gain 1 favor of the gods, which is right. No, a little bit high up here. And favor of the gods is very powerful. Sometimes you have to do a die roll to get something from the god. You can skip that by using a favor of the gods. That helps you along. So very powerful. So could be useful. Going back to the card for Lemnos, I could exhaust a diplomat and roll a d12, which we have a nice d12. It's a nice one, a nice shiny green marblish kind of. It's my favorite color for a die, basically. So they did right on that one for me. So yeah, we exhausted diplomat. We add diplomat's diplomacy. So for example, for mopses, diplomacy is a 1. Shaking hands, that's always diplomacy. And mystic is the 3 number if we need that for something. We roll the die, we can get a ration or a ration and an equipment. So equipment is a way to mitigate stuff. And exhaust a scout and draw an exploration event, which means hey, something is going to happen. And exploration for the green cards, right? I keep them mixed up. I don't know why. Yeah, exploration is green and the Argo event is blue, which makes sense because that's something that happens to you on sea. So I can use 2 of those. I would like to exhaust the diplomat, see if I can get a ration, basically fill my ration back up to 9 and get an equipment. So, but I don't want to use my super strong cards. But yeah, the diplomacy number does count. Who do we have for this player? See, that's already 4 for Orpheus. That does help, because that basically means I'm guaranteed 1 ration if I use Orpheus. By the way, look at that artwork. Isn't that just gorgeous? I cannot draw that nice. This is Link, yes. We have Polydeuces. And Typhus. Who's a sailor. Sailor is useful for navigating in rough waters. I think I will exhaust Orpheus. So that I will play Orpheus first here. So we know we used Orpheus. And roll. It's an 11. 11 plus 4. Well, that's 15, but it only goes to 12, so I suspect that's enough. So we get 1 ration, and let's take 1 equipment card. And we got a map for navigation, so that's cool. And now that we have used Orpheus, Orpheus goes to the exhausted. So we did hearing. I would like to get an extra thing, so I will use. Do we have? Well, I cannot use this player anymore because they already used the card. So let's see. No mystic over here, so that wouldn't work for this player. You don't? Do you have a mystic? You have jack of all trades, so you can do anything. So that works. I want somebody with not too high of a mystic value. But we're also reaching water, so I want to keep those available as well. I think I will go for, yeah, Laertes, the jack of all trades. Basically, he's also a mystic, and you can see he's 1 of each. And then I have to pay 1 gold and gain a favor of the gods. So now we have 2 favor of the gods. And we did 2 things in Lemnos, so we're done with that. And now I got an extra point for sailing. So paying 1 more ration. See, that's why it's useful. If we are at 0 and I have to pay ration and I can't, I will lose Argonauts. And we don't want that, because losing Argonauts means we're going to die. Okay, Kisikos. Of Kusikos. Exhaust the Mystic, pay 2 gold, and gain 1 favor of the gods. I don't want to do another Mystic, but sure. Do I have to do... I don't have to do both, right? I have to up to 2, right? Up to 2, yeah. The other one is exhaust a scout and draw an exploration event. That could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Sometimes you gain stuff, so I need a scout. We have a scout over here, but yeah, it has a stealth ability. Stealth means this one, but yeah, this is just pure warrior, so this is warrior scout. We use cities, but yeah, if I use it with Kalas, I add 1 to any chosen skill, and Kalas is in this deck, I believe, right? Yeah, there's Calais. I think they are brothers, if I'm not mistaken, Cities and Calais. See that they have both winged feet, like they are sons of Hermes. I could use somebody else over here. Do I have a scout over here? Nope. I have a lot of diplomats over here. I don't think I have a scout over here. Oh, I have a scout. Yeah, that's Calais. I have a scout over here. Sailor, scout. Okay, I will use Lynceus. Lynceus is a scout. And it says, when exhausted for exploration, which we're gonna do, draw a second exploration card. You may choose which one to resolve. So that's useful. So we're gonna use that. So now we get 2 cards, 2 exploration cards. First one says Lush Forge, search for nature's gift. And that would give us materials which we would need if we need to break a ship. And the other one, may the goddess Artemis guide your arrows. So the scout's value was 2. So I rolled a d12. I basically just need 1 more ration. So just pure ration I wouldn't do, even though it's easier to do. So I will go for Lush Forests and shuffle this one back into the deck. Just put it somewhere in here. Shuffle it. So we have Lush Forests. And so that's 2 plus the die roll. Please be nice to me. It's a 12, so I gain 1 material and 2 food, 2 ration. I only have space for 1, so keep it at 1. This card will be discarded until I'm being told to shuffle it back into the deck. So that's nice. Now I have 2 materials to fix the deck if needed. Okay. Paying 1 ration. Going to Bithynia. And Bithynia is a harpy. We're fighting the harpies. So let's see what's happening over here with the harpies. Harpies, Phineas punishment. So yeah, I'm not gonna explain every Greek mythology, but are some good books. I really love the Greek mythology books by Stephen Fry. They're a little bit more mature, straight to the, well, kind of straight to the point. Yeah, it's not sugarcoating it, but it's also not bad. But yeah, it makes it more graphical the way he writes it, and I like that. But it says bait the beast, reduce rations by 1, so I will lose 1 more ration. So now I can choose. I can choose to fight them, which means amongst all 4 players I need a total strength of 9, but I also roll for gods, so that's also very important. I will explain later. Or 6 and 4 stealth, which means trying to flee. So let's see what kind of cards I actually have left. I think we have Hercules over here, and you better make sure you use Hercules, because Hercules leaves as soon as we hit Aya. 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 We have Aya and Aya. But Hercules has a strength of 4. But let's zoom in a bit on Hercules. You can see, if you know the story of Hercules, and it's one of the things most people say Hercules. But Hercules is his Latin name. Technically it's Heracles, because Hera, oh, he was bit in a fight because, yeah, he was the son of Zeus. And, well, Zeus, well, he wasn't very faithful to Hera. So, yeah, every child, or almost every child Zeus got with other women, Hera had, well, despised them. So also with Hercules. So when I do roll, let's move one to the side. You can see the board. So if I should roll a 2, where's the 2? Here's the 2. That would mean Hera is trying to give us a favor. But Hera means I get a -1 on a value. That's over here. But should I roll for Zeus? That's blue. That means I get a +1. So I get an extra bonus. So I try to be close to that, but I will, and that's for everybody that I'm using right now. And since, yeah, Hercules is a 4, he's one of the strongest out there, of course. If used on a might approach, add 1 to Hercules selected skill. So if I use it as a might, then and this is might, this is flee. So I will, if we use for might, it will become a 5. So I will definitely add Hercules over here. Then we have Polydeus. Gluttony, use Polydeus, roll a d12. From 1 to 8 nothing happens. If you roll 9 to 12 we lose 1 ration. Somehow Polydeus always needs to eat, but he's at 3, so that's good to know. How are we doing here on strength? Well, we have Jason for 2, so that would be 5, 8, 10. That would be nice. And oh, we have Castor. So if we go pure strength, we could do Castor as well. Using Castor, ooh, if we roll too high, we lose an Argonaut. So it's risky to use Castor because he can be very aggressive. So we could lose food, we could use, oh, that's a toughie. I only need 9 to do so. So definitely using Hercules, putting Hercules over here. Little to the side, yeah, I'm blocking it with my face, I know. I will use Polydeuces, which means Orpheus comes back and Polydeus comes in. Technically it's not exhausted. This is very important for Jason's ability, because Jason, if I exhaust Jason, I can use the resting hero skill instead. So technically Orpheus was still resting, but I'm not using any of these. I think I will use that. So that would be a total of 11. I have 9. So basically it depends, because yeah, Zeus is in favor of us, but Hera means -2, would still be enough. So basically I cannot go wrong with this combination. But first, Polydeus is a 5, nothing happens. Castor is a 9, which means I lose 1 Argonaut. That was not what I had in mind. But okay, that happened. And now we need to roll for the test and see which god is on our side. That's Zeus. So we got 1, 2, 3. We did a little bit of an overkill on the harpies, but yeah, they're all done. So all exhausted. So instead of 9 we got 12, which is enough to kill the harpies. So the harpies are out, and for the victory, gain 1 relic. And otherwise we would have lost 2 Argonauts and 2 Russians. We gain the relic. The relic gives us 3 extra stealth power, which is nice. So these are all exhausted. We lose 1 Russian and move up to the Symplegades. The Symplegades is a narrow passageway. You have the Bosporus and Symplegades and the Horispontes, if I believe. But yeah, and this is also the cover of the box, by the way, just in case you didn't know. So we have the Symplegades. We have navigation. Oh, I have a +1 on that, so that's cool. Clashing rocks. Basically, it was so narrow that the ship just couldn't only sail through it small, and they had to bring in the oars, and yeah, it was a tight fit. Victory, gain 1 favor of the gods, and Argo takes 1 hull damage. So that means we destroy the ship once. If we get defeated, Argo takes 2 hull damage. Now I can use a favor of the gods to prevent me from rolling for the gods. So that's one thing. But we need 8. Now luckily we have the Sailor Argos. That's nice. He's already +3. Hey Wim! How are you doing? You survived another election. Yes, so did I. Not that my party won, but yeah. How are things here? Well, they're good. We don't have any proper sailors over here. We have 1. We have Typhus. That's a sailor of 3, so that's 6. So if we can add 2 more, that would be nice. Oh yeah, we have now plus. So we can do that. So if we use Typhus, that means that Lynceus is going to come back. That's 3 for Typhus. Hercules will be resting, and Nauplus will be there, and we have Laertes resting, and Argos is there. So that's 3 plus 2 plus 3. And Navigator, exhaust Typhus to draw another Argo event card and resolve. That's not what we're doing. Helmsman, exhaust Nautilus and reduce the damage dealt to the Argo by 1 during this round. Yeah, but I'm already exhausting you for using your combat. And Argo's father, exhaust Argos and spend 1 material to repair the Argo. Well, we're gonna take 1 damage. You're at exactly 8, and well, Athena would be okay. Poseidon would be best if we roll 3. We don't want a Hera, we don't want an Ares. So that's 2 out of the 12 that we get. Chance of 1 on 6. We could roll a die and keep the favor intact. I could also say I will use a favor of the gods and not roll a die. I will be gaining it back because I will gain a favor of the gods as a victory. So I would say just spend it. And yay, gain 1 favor of the gods, but also 1 hull damage. So yeah, our ship did get hurt. Okay, moving on. Here we go. We got to blue space first. Blue space. Dead calm. You may spend favor of the gods to skip this event and this one, and otherwise, if we don't do this, choose and exhaust 1 hero from each squad, which means each of the 4 things. By the way, Wim, I forgot which games I promised to bring to the Amsterdam weekend. Do you remember? Because I forgot. I don't want to use my favor of the gods for that, so I will exhaust something. I think I will use Calais. on this one. Use Linkius here. I don't know what I'm going to need over here. I will use Jason over here. You want to play that fossil game? Oh, Fossilium, yeah, I will definitely bring Fossilium. And here I will use Cetus. Yeah, and now that's a nice one because now I have the 2 cards that can be used and the 2 cards that are already used side by side. So yeah, did that. All safe and well. Pay 1 ration. Go to Sinope. That's a new city. So we remove this card. Flipped over here. Sinope. We have a trader to draw a merchant card. We have a shipyard. Exhaust a sailor. Spend 1 material. We have 2 to repair 1 hull damage, which is nice. Pay 1 gold to heal 1 Argonaut. So that would the Argonaut. Hearing. Exhaust a diplomat and roll d12 to gain ration and or gold, which is basically what I really want to do. Exhaust a scout and draw an exploration event, which is, yeah, I could do, but I don't want to. That's the one you remember. I believe I said I want to bring 2 games, but I don't know what the second one was. And I don't know in which stream we talked about it, otherwise I could have found it. Bring Euphoria, no one wants to play that with the expansion. I never played Euphoria. Okay, I need to do a sailor. Any sailors? Polydius is... Polydius could use a ration, that's not what I want, so I will use Laertes as the sailor to fix. So it's a sailor, spend 1 material, all damage fixed. My boat is in good health. So that means I cannot use this player anymore for the diplomat. So I need to find another diplomat. We have Orpheus over here. And Orpheus already gives 4, which means I technically already have a ration. I think I will do that. Orpheus, you go here. Rotating you guys. Hello, Orpheus. So that's 4 plus 11, which means I gain 2 rations and 1 gold. That's nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Those were the 2 different actions. The one we played in Vacancy when none went running. The Minotaur game. Minos. Was it Minos? Minos? Yeah, I can bring Minos. It's right here. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna bring. I'm probably gonna bring a lot. So there are some games that I want to play. I also need to know what my son wants to play. So okay. So we did that, which means pay a ration. Go to open sea. Sickness. The disease of the flesh has struck your ship. Exhaust the mystic to only lose 1 Argonaut instead. Otherwise I lose 2 Argonauts. And then I'm already at 6 and I'm not even halfway through the journey. Do I have a mystic that I can do? I have a mystic over here. I have a mystic over here. So I have 2 mystic options. And I think I will use you. And I only lose 1 Argonaut. So, okay. Paying rations. Getting to Themyscira. You know, the island of Wonder Woman. Here it's not an island. It's just a port in north of Turkey. I don't know why people couldn't find it. It's right there. I hope to paint the boards again tomorrow. One fine layer. Oh yeah, the cornhole boards. Nice. Hunting. May the goddess of Artemis guide your arrows. So I can spend a scout and roll d12. Or just roll d12 and not spend a scout. I guess. I could do Hercules, but I want Hercules for something else. Polydemus will eat rations if I'm not helpful. I could also send in Jason. Well, Jason is not a scout. We have Atalanta, which is one of the few women in the game. I think it's Atalanta and Medea. Medea comes in game when we reach here. And Medea is a mystic, and she will replace Hercules because Hercules got off the boat before that. Sometimes I forget that Hercules or Heracles was part of the Argonauts. Well, for a short while. Scout, son of Hermes, when visiting a trader, exhaust Alcyon to buy one item with no cost. Oh, that's nice for an Alcyon. When exhausted for exploration, add one ration. Well, I'm not doing for exploration. Yeah, technically it's an exploration, so. So I will add one more ration. I will use you then. Okay, that was Atalanta. We're using Atalanta. Roll. So Atalanta is 3. So we're basically, if it's not a 1, we're already winning. It's a 3, so that's 6, which means 1 ration plus the 1 for you. That's 2 ration. Nice. We got some food. Spending 1 more ration to go to open sea. Fine waters. The gods favor your journey. Move the resting hero to your hand and rest the exhausted hero. So everybody will have their hero up here. But I don't have to exhaust the hero, right? It says just move the resting hero to your hand and rest the exhausted hero. So I did that. Cool. That was useful. 1 more ration. Arriving in Aiea, which means Hercules is gone. By the way, oh yeah, we did we do Themyscira? I think I misspelled. I forgot to do Themyscira here and just did an exploration. Oh yeah, exhaust scout and draw an exploration card. So we did that. I think I did not. I just did that card instead of this for Themyscira. I'm sorry, I made a boo boo. But Hercules is out. Medea is in. I'm like, how can I be in the 5th city? But yeah, that's why. Pay attention. I was distracted. We have Aiea. Draw a merchant card. I have some gold, so that would be nice. Exhaust a scout and draw an exploration event. Do I have scouts available? I have Lynceus. When exhausted for exploration, draw a 2nd exploration card. That's nice because then I have 2 exploration cards to choose from. Because after that we get more combat. We are trying to find the golden fleece, so. But yeah, let's do the exploration first. I will exhaust you. Draw 2 cards. We have a hunting. And we have a lush forest. Lush forest also gives us material next to hunting. So I will do lush forest. We'll need to shuffle this one in. And I roll 2. Plus 2 is 4, which means I only get materials. Yeah, too bad. I was hoping to get some ration, but yeah, that's not happening. Would have gotten it here. No, then I would have not gotten nothing. So at least I got something now. You're off to bed, Wim. Good night. See you in a couple of weeks. Well, less than a month. Okay, that was one. So we did a scout. I will draw a merchant card. And let's see, the merchant card says food for coins. I can buy 3. I will buy all 3. 3 ration. So did that. That's done. Okay, that was Aea. We lost Hercules. Hercules went off to adventure for himself. Well, he has 12 labors to do, right? So, yeah. Since the Simply Goddess were done, we're off to combat against the Dragon's Teeth. We got a strength of 9 to fight, or we can flee by using 5 stealth and 5 mystic. How are we doing on strength, by the way? We have Castor for 3. And we have Polygesis for 3. But that's about it. I'm not very high on strength right now. So we're gonna try to flee. So I will use Medea, which is a 3 mystic and 2 stealth. So I need 3 more stealth and a little bit more mystic. How are we doing over mystic over here? Oh, I am very short on mystic, by the way. All the mystics are over here. Probably not the best option, because that's also... Is there an option to get to 9 strength? We have the fleeing. The fleeing is not the problem, it's the mystic part that's an issue for me. But Jason, exhaust Jason to use a resting hero skill instead. Just to check, the skill means just to make sure, but not the class or special ability. So you could get these 2. That would be nice. So yeah, I put you to exhausted because this is my resting. I will take your 2 mystic. So that's 5 mystic and 2 stealth. So I just need 3 more stealth, which means I will use you. Okay, cool. That's 5 on 5. Or I use you. Keep this card available. That's 5 on 5. And I will pay 1 favor of the gods not to roll. So used my relic. Relic is gone. Survived victory, gain a new relic. So we gain a new relic. We got a harp for diplomacy now. Okay, that was the Dragon's Teeth. Survived that. Now we're going to face the dragon. Spend 1 food. It's the dragon. We killed its teeth and now the dragon itself. It's a 10 strength, but it's also fleeing or mystic. Oh man. So yeah. We need a little bit of luck on this side. Can I use any? Yeah, I will use Castor over here. I will use Laertes over here for strength. Polydis comes here, and then you come here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we roll a Zeus, we make it. I don't have any other option. We will gain the Golden Fleece. That's not the issue. You will gain the Golden Fleece, but I will lose 2 Argonauts if we do. Okay. I need a net 1. Yeah, that's 2 ones. That's Hermes. So that's definitely not working for us. So you go here, you go here. You move. And you move. We lost, so we lose 2 Argonauts. But we do gain the Golden Fleece. So the Golden Fleece can resurrect 1 Argonaut, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's what the Golden Fleece does. Golden Fleece. Players gain the Golden Fleece after the dragon. This powerful can restore an Argonaut, effectively increasing the Argonaut crew track by 1 step. Once per game, once used, flipped it over to its gray side. So okay, so we have 1. This is a ram, because yeah, it's fleece. It's golden ram. It's a gold wool, right? Okay, we got the golden fleece. Now we need to find our way back home. So, paying 1 food. Open waters. You must spend a favor of the gods to skip this event. Choose between take 1 damage, lose 2 food, or lose a random item. I will lose a random item. I only have 1 item to lose, so yeah, that was easy. Spend 1 food. Rough at sea, exhaust 1 or more sailors for their naval capability. You may spend favor of the gods to skip this event. Then I roll. Do I have any proper sailors? I have Typhus. Exhaust Typhus to draw another Argo event card and resolve it instead. Tempting to do so. I might do so. Hopefully the next one isn't that hard. It's a rough sea, but then we're not going. I will exhaust Typhus, and it means you're not able to do anything right now. And we're gonna do this one instead. Pirates! Oh crap. I know, I would have gotten it anyway over here, but oh man. Yeah, we need some naval abilities right now. I cannot use you anymore. Why? Oh no. So 8 fighting. And there's no way I have that right now. Well, if I have Callus and Boreas, then add 1 to any chosen skill. So that would be 2 sailing. So that's 2, that would be 3, 5, 6, but yeah, I'm not getting to 7. Then I need to be lucky and roll Hermes or Athena. Well, it's still a 1 in 6 chance, right? To do so. But I think that's my best option. So I use Argos over here, Calais and Zetis over here. And because they're used together, add 1 to any chosen skill, which would be sailing. So that's 6. I need 7. So I need a favor of the gods to help. So I need to roll that. And Athena or Hermes helps me. Apollo, Artemis, or Ares, not so much. It's 12. It's Hestia. Yeah, that also doesn't do anything. So we fail. So I lose an Argonaut and my ship gets hit. Okay. I would have gotten food if I survived. Okay, next up. 1 food. New waters. What are we? Please be something nice. Hostile waters. We are not welcome here. Prepare for the worst. I need diplomacy or strength. Strength is not my best thing right now. And I have a +3 on diplomacy. So I need diplomats. So I need 7. So I would say I have Orpheus with a +3. The only thing I just don't need is an Artemis roll. So not a 6. Anything but a 6 would do. It's a 3. We are successful. We gain 1 food and 1 gold. I did use my special ability, but yeah. Okay. Hostile waters done. On to Istria. There we go, Istria. Exhaust the sailor, spend 1 material to repair the hull. Well, I think we can survive for now. It's the food I'm more worried about. Is there anything that I can do for food? Ration. Exhaust a diplomat. Any proper diplomat? Yeah, I already discarded a strong diplomat. We have Jason, that could also be a diplomat. But we also have Epicus. When docked, exhaust Epicus to restore 1 Argonaut. Technically we are docked right now, right? So if I exhaust you, I can gain 1 Argonaut, which might be useful, because I'm not halfway through yet. I'm not exactly sure how far halfway through is, but I'm guessing more over here. All these waters just going over the Donau and the Po, or the Arno. I'm not sure, I always forget which river that is in Italy. But yeah, I will exhaust you, and because we're docked right now, because that means we're in a harbor. And I exhaust you to gain 1. Okay, and then for diplomatic skills, I will use Alcyon. When visiting a trader, I will get something for free. Buy 1 item for free. I need something for ration. But yeah, I can also use you for a diplomat. I will use you for a diplomat. Okay. That means 2 plus 11. That's nice. That's 1 ration and 1 equipment. And the equipment is, oh, we got another map. That's nice. And that's 1 action, because I did that separately. Scout, no. Pay 2 gold to gain a favor, must exhaust a mystic. I will use the jack of all trades too. Oh no, cannot do that, already used you. So I will use this one as a mystic. And pay 2 gold and gain 1 favor of the gods. Okay, sailing on. Rough Sea, exhaust 1 or more sailors for their ability. And do I have any strong sailors out there right now? Nope, because all the strong sailors are out. So Castor, when using Castor, I have to roll Castor to see if something happens. So I will use Castor and Polydemus just to see if nothing bad happens. But it adds 2, which means I will definitely not get the bad damage. And you know what? Jason, you can use as well. That's 3. So, Castor. Will I lose an Argonaut? Yes, I do. Castor, why are you doing it? Polydeus. Also losing a ration. That's not what I wanted. Because I'm gonna lose food and... Oh, come on. That's 3 plus 7 is 10. I will lose 2 food. That was not what I wanted. I'm almost out of food right now. luckily we are visiting a port, so maybe I can gain some food because I only have 1 gold. That's also not much. But I prevented damage, but yeah, not the way alone. Okay, lost my final food. We are in a new city, Silicon Valley. Not Silicon Valley, but Silicon Valley. In Silicon Valley. Exhaust the sailor, spend 1 material to repair the hull, that's nice. Exhaust a scout and draw an exploration card. Well, that's something I definitely want to do. And I will use you for exploration, which means I get 2 exploration cards and see what's happening. We have an ambush or a lush forest. Let's go for the lush forest. I don't want to fight right now, so the ambush card needs to be rolled back in. That's 2 plus 2 is 4. I only gain materials. That's not what I wanted. That's definitely not what I wanted. At least I have the materials, but yeah. Don't wanna sacrifice a sailor to build. I can exhaust you and do it anyway. Argos. She was done. I will keep it like that. I need food. I don't have food, so I will lose an Argonaut while going here. I need something to gain food. Oh, if we win the hostile waters, we are not welcome here. We need a diplomat of 8 or a fight or 7. I have 4 over there. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we have Nertes, and let's see. And we have you, so that's Artemis, and so Artemis to prevent. That's not. Let's do Hermes. Okay, that's what I got. And I get 10 Demeter. Of course, that's the one god that's not helping me. So I'm still at a loss. I will lose an Argonaut and my ship gets more broken. Oh. This is not going very well, people. This is not going very well. Okay, I will lose 1 more Argonaut. I need to gain Argonauts and or food this round, right now. Exhaust 1 or more sailors for their sail ability. Typhus, please. Exhaust Typhus to draw another Argo event and resolve it instead. Yeah, I need to resolve it instead. You may move the Argo 2 steps forward. The question is, with Tailwind, does that mean it also costs me food? So I have to check with Tailwind. The Tailwind ability cards. With this move you may choose to skip a port city, but you may not skip a legendary encounter this matter. But yeah, if I do this, I'm still dying because I don't get any food now. So yeah, I got halfway through the game. Tailwind help me. But I lose food, I lose my last Argonaut. And I forgot to put this back in. Was there something I could have done before? Because there's one that restores an Argonaut, right? That's when docked. Yeah, I wasn't docked, so that didn't help. Nope, 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 nope. I lost. And this is mostly where I lose the game. Italy. So yeah, it's not easy. You have to be a little bit lucky, and I just didn't get my gods. It did never set uses. Yeah, to save that. I could have saved the boat, but yeah. What uses a ship if everything well is gone to the crapper. So yeah, it's not an easy game. It's definitely not. Even on easy mode, I haven't beaten every time on easy mode. Oh, I've lost a lot of times. So yeah, that was it for Argonauts. It will be coming to Kickstarter or GameFound soon. I forgot which one. For the YouTube, as soon as I know where to point you for a link, I can check if I did get. Sorry, I got hiccups. A message that I just forgot. No, I don't have a link yet. No call to action. So yeah, most likely by the end of March. So within the next week or so, week or 2 weeks, the campaign will be live. I don't know if it's Kickstarter or GameFound. So yeah, as soon as I have the link, I will put that in the description of the YouTube. So if you're not following me on YouTube, you know, like and subscribe. You know those kind of things. And otherwise, yeah, you can also like and subscribe and follow me over at Twitch if you're not doing that right now. So that was it for the game. I think it's a good game. It's fun. It has some luck, but you're also mitigating by making the armies, with which I did not show. Oh, I totally forgot. But yeah, I had to shuffle pursuit in. When you defeat the dragon, you have to put pursuit into the deck, and basically that means you need to sail away or fight. But you have to have a nice spread on strength and such. But yeah, there's a mini expansion in the game with more soldiers to choose from. You could do them randomly, but you can also choose which ones you want to add. So there's that. There are some extra events. So was the wild boar that Hercules beat, and the Circadian boar, or no, the Caledonian boar, and we have Cetus, which is some kind of well kraken-like creature, and of course the Caledonian boar, which you might remember from another Greek myth game that I played. Well, yes, also Wrath of the Gods. I'm happy that that didn't happen, but that basically destroys everything. And a feast, that would be nice. Basically, you gain food for every diplomacy that you use. And yeah, there are some other heroes, and that's nice. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's not an easy game, but I do like it. It is heavy on the luck, but yes, it's also a little bit push your luck. How much can I do? Like, yeah, am I going to do all strength? Like the one fight, I was way too strong, right? I was way too strong to do that. I could have done that with one person less, but yeah, then I cannot use those characters for at least 2 more rounds. So you have to mitigate that a little bit. And yeah, these extra heroes help, so you can do a more even spread on how good they are, because they're not super strong. I think the strongest skill is always a 2, but yeah, it will give you more fighting skills if you want that, or more other skills. So you can focus a little bit on that and spread it around. Just make sure you have a balanced thing. I randomized this, so as soon as Hercules left, I had 2 Mystics in one deck, with Mopsus and Medea being in the same deck. That was not ideal. But yeah, Hercules is the strongest character out there. And when Hercules is gone, you have an issue, right? Okay, I'm gonna end this stream. Thank you for being here. And let's find somebody else to raid on Twitch. It's not for the YouTube people, especially not for the ones watching after us and like, what are you going to do? Let's see if there is somebody we could raid that's playing board games right now. Not really. So we're not gonna raid. Well, that's even simpler. Then I'm gonna end this stream. Thank you so much for your time. Check out the campaign as soon as it's live. And I'll see you on another stream. Bye bye.